Have you ever seen those people on Instagram or YouTube who have a large following and tell you about the latest tech gear or trends to watch out for? They wield a great deal of power, but the truth is that these people all started off at the bottom and were no one special at some point. So if you ever wanted to become a tech influencer, here are some things to consider. What is an influencer today? An influencer is a person who is active on a social network, a blog, or any other communication medium, most often digital, and whose positions are capable of influencing the consumption patterns of the internet users who follow them. Thanks to the relationship of trust that they maintain with their followers, influencers are indeed able to encourage their followers to take the act of buying and to prefer certain brands or products over others. Therefore, with the emergence of influencer marketing, we understand that these opinion leaders have quickly become opportunities for brands and companies. Indeed, by being able to make their voices heard on the web to a highly targeted and above all qualified audience, influencers are very powerful levers for setting up an effective promotion and marketing strategy. How to be one of the top influencers. Whether you are a man or a woman, and whatever your age, anyone can become an influencer. Because if marketing influence is a practice that allows a wide variety of profiles to be expressed, it is also based on very specific techniques and strategies that include 1. Be authentic. The number of influencers on social networks continues to increase. If you want to stand out from your competition, you absolutely have to stay genuine and consistent. Thus, your editorial line on Instagram or TikTok, for example, must be clear and authentic. Have you positioned your content in a more educational, fun, or even humorous style? Stay true to this principle, as well as to the values you have chosen to embody in your community. Likewise, to become a top influencer, you will have to prove that you are a pro in a specific field. Here, no room for approximation or scattering. Your community expects from you an irreproachable level of expertise, and it should be noted at the forefront of trends and the latest innovations. A true influencer doesn't cheat. He has faith in what he says, and it shows. 2. Use the right hashtags. Hashtags are essential to improve the visibility and SEO of your posts, whether on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, or YouTube. Do you want to create a story or share a personal opinion on a brand or a product with your community? Why not combine and mix several hashtags in your content? And when writing them, never forget, to seduce your followers, you will need to be creative, funny, and positive at the same time. Exciting, isn't it? 3. Post at a steady pace. If you want to stand out from other influencers, your social media posts should also be regular. This is the most effective technique for quickly making yourself known to an audience. By setting up a meeting with your subscribers, you'll also automatically increase their engagement rate and be more able to attract the attention of brands who can then use your services. 4. Be local. When starting out in influencer marketing, it's best to set achievable goals. Thus, your posts will have a better chance of being noticed if they are targeted locally. Our advice is therefore simple. Before targeting a national or international audience, start by attracting people and brands in the regions where you are located. So, share content by mentioning local brands or places. When you're new to social networks and want to become an influencer, it can be very interesting to use geolocation. 5. Automate likes and posts. It is often impossible to like or respond to all comments from members of your community. Automating likes saves you a lot of time and quickly builds your community on social media. Note that it is also possible to automate certain messages, such as welcome messages. Thus, in the kit of the perfect influencer, one must always find effective tools. Many tools exist to help you manage the automatic distribution of your content. Take the time to find the one that best suits your influencer activity. 6. Be present outside of social networks. And yes, the animation of a community is done not only on blogs and social networks, but also in real life. To do this, you can, for example, organize contests on Instagram, physically meet the winners to reward them, and then publish the videos and photos of these events on your accounts. As you will have understood, to become a top influencer, or at least a professional influencer, it is necessary to create strong and lasting links with your followers. Going to meet your audience physically will also allow you to refine your influence strategy. 7. Be curious. When you want to be good at something, you need to be constantly educating yourself. However, marketing influence is a constantly changing field. So, to always acquire more skills and new ideas, nothing like a good competitive intelligence. Successful business influencers are also often the most curious and are constantly looking for new information in their field of reference. Objective: to ensure that the content they offer to their communities is always fresh, rich, and interesting. 8. Be creative. If you want to stand out as an influencer, you need to focus on the quality and not the quantity of the posts. Want to share videos or photos? You can add special effects, showcase your editing skills, etc. So, beyond your areas of interest, the watchword is the same. You must always be original. Not everyone is a top influencer. If you've made the decision to be, it is because you have talents and skills that you absolutely must exploit. The content being at the center of your activity, it must absolutely stand out in order to seduce your audience. 9. Surround yourself with the best. Top influencers often collaborate with each other. If you want to be successful in influencer marketing, you will need to connect with other influencers, learn from them, share your passions and strategies, etc. In short, surround yourself with the best to develop your knowledge and skills. And of course, in your ascent to the heights of influence, you can also come into contact with influencer agencies like Sobang. Becoming a top influencer is a bit like being a part of a team, which one day you become the leader. 10. Be persistent. If you decide to get started in influencer marketing, nothing should stop you. Take your time to explore all the choices and opportunities offered by social networks and the web world. All beginnings are difficult, but with persistence and a little luck, you can become a top influencer. And then, all beginnings are also formative. Take the opportunity to test ideas for content, editorial tone, etc. Find the voice and style that is right for you. You understood it by reading these few tips. Contrary to popular belief, becoming an influencer is not a hobby or a fad. Today, it is a real professional activity that requires work and a long-term investment. Of course, the personality of each influencer must be preserved in order to succeed in this special alchemy on which marketing influence is based. Once again, don't give in to the mainstream, and don't get too technical. Carefully preserve your authenticity.